This is Nick Walker reporting for Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com on this April 3rd, 2012. We have currently traveled to beautiful Northern California to the college campus of California State University, Chico, where a Ron Paul rally is being held. The interesting thing about this rally is that it was not along Ron Paul's scheduled stops. The people of this community reached out to the Ron Paul campaign to have this Republican presidential candidate come visit their Northern California town. Here at Infowars, we have taken the responsibility to cover the media manipulation and blackout that has occurred on Ron Paul's 2012 campaign. And in that responsibility, we have decided to report directly from the front lines, directly from ground zero, to see exactly what the prostitute media does not want you to see along Ron Paul's 2012 campaign trail.
Alex Jones, we love you!
What is it about Ron Paul's message that intrigues you, man?
The ending the war on drugs, definitely the most, and the draconian war that we've had on medical marijuana in the state of California has been horrendous. And Ron Paul would be the only presidential candidate that would end that. So.
Right on, man. What do you think about Infowars and Alex Jones?
Dude, Alex Jones is the greatest. I'm a long-time listener. I actually have him in my phone. I can listen to him 24/7. Greatest man alive, dude. We love him, dude. He's awesome. Thank you, Alex, dude, if you're there watching. So.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, what is it exactly about Ron Paul's message that applies to you or that is attractive to you?
Freedom, liberty.
Freedom, liberty, man?
Yeah, back to the Constitution. Get rid of the Patriot Act. Get rid of the new NDAA bill. Thank you. Get rid of that. Get rid of the Federal Reserve. You know, it's incremental. This is done incrementally. We're gonna have to take it back incrementally. Dr. Paul's message has been out there for many, many years. It hasn't faltered. For 20 years that I've watched him, I've followed him for the past 10 years, but for 20 years that he's spoken, he's almost a prophet now.
Yeah.
He speaks the truth.
Yeah. Do you think because when he speaks the truth that has a part to play on the prostitute media not covering him or blacking him out?
Absolutely, they're trying to make him disappear. You know, listen to the prostitute media, and actually they say there's 3 people still in the race. Dr. Paul's still in there strong. We're trying to get the delegates. We're trying to make it an old backroom, smoke-filled, brokered convention like it was in the old days. That's the goal.
Right on. Thank you, man. Are you familiar with Infowars and Alex Jones?
Absolutely. Alex Jones woke me up many, many, many years ago.
Yeah, he's pretty good about that, man.
Absolutely. In fact, he said, first you got to get mad, and then we'll take this country back.
Yeah. This country was founded, for the people, by the people, and it's we the people that will take it back again one day.
Absolutely. And as soon as we understand that, we'll be able to get it back.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you,
I appreciate it. What do you feel is the most important issue that our country faces today, and do you believe that Ron Paul supplies a solid solution to that issue?
I do. I'd say probably the biggest issue that we face is restriction of liberty. And I think the more that you suppress and mandate, I think the more resistance that you get from people, both in both in productivity and both in just enjoyment of life. And I think that can be a root of a lot of problems and unresolved unrest. I wouldn't say a complete revolt when you think of the term of unrest, but I think this notion that the government's going to take care of us or moving more towards a welfare state and less independence.
There's thousands of people here. I mean, this community just found out Ron Paul was coming like 3 days ago. And look at all these people show up. Ron Paul's message of liberty and liberated government is definitely reaching the masses. What do you guys think about Ron Paul?
We love Ron Paul.
For freedom, we hate taxes, we hate the Federal Reserve, and we're anti-war.
Right on.
Not to mention liberty and following the Constitution how it's meant to be followed.
Restore America.
We have a veteran that attended the Veterans for Ron Paul rally in Washington, D.C. a few weeks back, and he is here with me today, and I was just wondering if I could get your take on how that went and how the atmosphere was.
Yeah, it went really great. I actually went out there for about 4 or 5 days. I went to the Students for Liberty event out there. I got to confront John Bolton at a taping of the John Stossel show, and actually made it on Fox Business. Infowars put it on their website, so that was really cool. The clip of me kind of confronting him on the issue of blowback. Then I went to the Veterans for Ron Paul event, and so it was just a big weekend for me, very charged with the freedom message. The rally was amazing. There was probably around 1,000 people there and about 400 veterans in the formation. And we marched through the streets a little over a mile or so. We marched from the Washington Monument up to the White House. We turned our backs on the White House, and then we held a salute 1 second for every soldier who has committed suicide since Obama took office, and 1 second for every soldier who's died in combat since Obama took office. Total, it was I think right around 30 minutes. It was really powerful. I mean, you watch some of the videos, a lot of these guys are just in tears and crying, and then we marched back through the streets just in like a military formation, 400 people chanting "End the Fed" or "Ron Paul Revolution." Very powerful. There were cars stopping and people were, really paying attention. And then the amazing thing was that total media blackout.
So as a young person, what is it about Ron Paul's message that really attracted you to his campaign?
He really attracted me to his campaign by his values, by his information. He's so smart. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. For instance, the Federal Reserve, we need to shut them down. They're just something for the feds to come in and take as much money as they want out of the taxpayer system and just buy and just keep buying and keep spending. And we're paying for that. And that's an idea that appeals to the youth.
Our generation.
Our generation.
Our generation. Not you. Our generation.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Ron Paul supporters everywhere. And I think that the youth just appeals to that because we are tired of the spending. We are tired of all the knowing of this debt, all the wars. And I think because Paul wants to stop all that, of all the spending, of all our debt, he wants to, make America great again.
Why did you come out this evening to see Ron Paul?
Basically because he is a man of his word, and you could look at everything he has to say about freedom and the Constitution, and he has his voting to back it up. He has a really consistent record with staying away from entangling foreign alliances. Really is just an American voice of, I think, everybody.
Do you think that message of liberty is kind of the reason the Prestitute media has been manipulating and blacking out his campaign?
Yeah, for sure. I think the media is owned by the banks, which is, is the people trying to keep us down, and they're the people that make money off of war, and the war machine would stop, pretty essentially. And I just feel that, the media is owned by the banks, and the banks are the ones making money off the deaths, either our soldiers' deaths or all those foreign, stealing people's money.
On January 1st this year, a lot of new laws came into existence. Just a small number, 40,000 new laws on January 1st. As if that is our problem, that we don't have enough laws. I would like to be the first president to get rid of 40,000 laws. Because there was a total misunderstanding of exactly how 9/11 occurred and why it occurred. And that we were told that the reason it happened was that the people that came here, they hated us because we were free and prosperous. That is not true. They came here for other reasons. And the tragedy is that it was used as an excuse to do a lot of things they had wanted to do all along. And men and women in presidency and Congress who have not followed the rule of law, and the rule of law says you can't go to war without a declaration of war. What is your concept of liberty? Where does liberty come from? For me, it comes in a natural way, it comes in a God-given way, it comes as a gift. It doesn't come from our government. If you're going to have a government, the government should be there for the purpose of protecting liberty, not undermining liberty. Presidents have no authority to direct an assassination of an American citizen, or where he is or what he's been charged with.
This evening turned out to be a successful demonstration for the Ron Paul campaign. A ton of supporters came out and showed their support for who they want to see as the next president of the United States. In final thoughts, Ron Paul stands for an idea. Ron Paul has become the embodiment of that idea. This man has taken those ideas of liberty and empowered a nation. Ron Paul is more than a man, he is an idea. So embody the idea and be Ron Paul. This is Nick Walker reporting for Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com.
But you need a small group of people that are irate and tireless and will work and spread the brush fires of liberty in the minds of men. That is what we need today.